So here we have this Viver Electric 2200 pound chain hoist. Now full disclosure, this is a paid review, but the opinions in this video are my own. Alright, so this is how it came right out of the box. There's a few parts here, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hang it up and then I'll give you a closer look at it. And there we go, I just hung it up and tested it out. It works great. There were a few pieces that needed to be put together, but it was pretty simple. Anyway, this thing is super robust. It weighs a little over 70 pounds. It has a really solid cast iron casing with what I believe is a powder coated finish. And this thing also has a 2200 pound, 20 foot lifting capacity. There's a large hook at the top that's on a swivel, and I just hooked that to a chain. Then there's this really handy bag that the chain kind of gets fed into and pulled out of. And you can see that in action right here. It helps a lot for keeping the chain contained. And speaking of the chain, it's a 1/4 inch D2 carburized steel chain, which with the quick Google search looks like it has a load strength of over 3,000 pounds. Anyway, attached to the chain is this pulley with another 360-degree rotating hook. And there's also these two springs that kind of wrap around the chain, and you'll see what those are for in just a minute. This hoist actually has two separate ways to operate it. How I have it set up now is for this wireless remote, and the remote talks to this receiver box, which is connected into the hoist, and it just has a standard 110 volt 3-prong plug that powers both the hoist and the receiver. The remote takes two AA batteries that are not included, and claims to have a 328 foot wireless range, and it's pretty simple to use. You untwist the red button to unlock it, and then you can use the up and down buttons to make it go up and down. And the red button is also an emergency stop, so if you hit it, it'll immediately stop it, and then to reset it, you have to untwist it again and then press the green button. And then the second way to operate it is with this wired control. It has a 15-foot long cord and it plugs right into here. You will have to unplug the receiver though. Also, I didn't mention it before, but this ring screws onto here to secure on the cord. Anyway, then to power it this way, we're going to have to plug this right into here. And there's a little metal clip that folds down to hold it in place. It secures it in there really well. And once that's all connected together, you can use the wired remote. And it also comes with this heavy-duty, 8-foot long, 4,400 pound strap. Anyway though, this hoist works great. I like the two different options for controlling it. It's pretty heavy duty, and it's also much cheaper than a lot of others I've seen. But there are a couple things that I want to point out. First, which may not matter so much in a machine shop, but it's pretty loud. Not quite as loud as a saw, but it's still maybe worth putting some headsets on. And the second thing is that there isn't anything that automatically shuts it off when it reaches the top. So if you continue to hold down the button once it reaches the top, it's just going to continue to try and reel it in. And I'm pretty sure if for whatever reason you accidentally just held it down, it would eventually burn out the motor. But yeah, apart from that, this is a great hoist at a fraction of the cost of its competitors.